Mark Ford here with Expressions by Lish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I live in St. Paul, Minnesota. And today is Thursday, March 26th. Yes, March 26th. I cannot even believe it. If you are here and you're watching, give me a little wave, give a chat so that I know that you're here. I'm so excited. I got my pre-order today for the new catalog. I am so excited, you guys. So I do want to show you the new stamp pads and stuff today, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait a couple more seconds. I am about a minute or two early today. Hi Lori, how are you? And I just wanted to hop on just a minute or so early because it always seems like, I don't know, I'm just don't have my stuff together, if you know what I mean. So one thing I'd like to say that if you are watching this live, if you would like, you can like or share this video. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way whenever I go live you'll be notified. So if you do that, that really helps me out a lot. So oh, you're finishing the challenge card. Oh, I can't wait to see it, Lori. I love, okay, so I have a group called Lish's Expressions by Lish's Stamping Circle, and it's a Facebook group. It's a private group, but anybody that wants to join that is a stamper, paper crafter, they're more than welcome to join on Facebook. And I host a sketch challenge every week. And I absolutely love seeing everybody's cards because it's the same sketch, but everybody's card is always completely different. I just love it. I love seeing it so much. It's so much fun. So one of my favorite things to do is to do a card challenge, whether it be a sketch challenge or a color challenge. I've always enjoyed that. So I was really excited when I started up my Stamping Circle group that people are enjoying it as well. So okay, so let's see. As I said, it's March 26th, 2026. Thursday, it's 2 o'clock, so that means I'm live. I go live every Thursday on my YouTube channel. I was testing this week, or I should say Paul's my husband. We were testing earlier this week with my software that I use for my camera and my streaming, that I may be able to go to Facebook and YouTube live at the same time. So we did a little testing. I still am not 100% comfortable with it. So once I am, then I'll start that up. And yeah, it seems to work. So now we just need this girl to get it to work. So I'm hoping by next week when I go live, next week, I'm hoping that I can go live on both. So, okay, let's get to business here. I'm going to put this down on my table and look at you guys. It is the new catalog. Oh my gosh, I wish I could open this. Ugh, but I can't. It's a Stampin' Up! Rule. This is the new May catalog. So the new catalog, we will get 3 a year, I believe it is. And then this replaces the annual catalog. So we'll no longer get an annual, we'll get this. So it's the same size this way, but it's a little thinner. Obviously there's not as many pages in it. But you guys, I was flipping through it before this started, and I love the layout. I love everything about it. It really is great. And like I said, this came right before I went live, probably about half hour before I went live. So I just went through the box, pulled out my catalogs, and then I also pulled out the new in color ink pads and the new black hybrid ink pad. So the colors are gorgeous. I absolutely love them. These are the new magnetic, as you can see. They stick They're magnet. Probably can't tell, but. Okay, so Peaceful Pine, Golden Glow, Crisp Cantaloupe, Hydrangea Hue, and Barely Blush. These are the new in colors, and these will be available, I believe it's May 5th. Then the customers can start ordering from the catalog. And then this is our new basic black hybrid ink pad that is replacing the Memento ink pad. And then these, as I said, these are magnetic, and you just open them like this. And then this is your ink well if you want to use this, you know, to watercolor or however. It's the inside lid. And then if you go like this, it just doesn't snap, but it's magnet. It just goes right together like this. So you can keep it like that. You obviously can keep them like this because they will connect together this way as well with the magnet, which is kind of cool. So yeah, those are our new ink pads. I'm really excited to start making stuff with them, and they do fit. I have the Stampin' Up storage and for the ink pads, and they do fit in there. So that's very nice. The black is not magnetic, I believe. Yeah, no, the black is not magnetic. All right, so I'm going to set this stuff aside because I really want to play with it, but it's too soon. I've got to unbox all the rest of my stuff. I'm going to put this aside because I'm so tempted to flip through this on camera. But I do still, what we're working on today is Boardwalk Fun, and this will be the last stamp set bundle class that I will do out of the mini catalog. This is good through the end of April. So we are using Boardwalk Fun. That is a suite that is called Beach Boardwalk. It is on page 46, 47, and 48. I absolutely fell in love with this when I started playing with it. Well, I liked it right away from the get-go. Right out of the gate, I liked it because it was different. It's something that I've never used stamping or made cards with before, so I was all over it. So yeah, so we have 46, 47, and page 48. They have samples on here of different cards. So that's where you can find this. And the suite comes with the stamp set, the die set, and these absolutely awesome puffy stickers, and this beautiful DSP. I absolutely love it. It's fun and it's pretty. So like one side is like super fun and the other side is really a lot of fun, and so versatile, because I know you see like the beach and the tickets, but these have like little sunshines on them and water. This DSP would go great with a shell set or a beachy set, or you know, whatever. So all right, so we are using Boardwalk Fun for our class to go. These are the cards that we will be making. This one, and then this one, and this one. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, so first is first, we are going to start with this card. I absolutely love this card. But, you know, I'm one of those where there's like, oh, what's your favorite? And I'm always the one I'm doing. That's always my favorite. That's the one that I like to do. Okay, so when you place an order in my online store that is $50 or more before shipping, tax and shipping, and after rewards, then you will receive these 4 card kits. So this is a card class to go, and you will receive everything that's in these kits that I show today. Plus you receive a PDF that I email to you, and then you have this video to reference for your class. Okay, so first one is our palm tree, and I like this one because I like that this reminded me of a postcard, and I just really had a lot of fun with this card. Okay, so you will receive a piece of crumb cake cardstock that will be cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card. You'll receive a piece of a Summer Splash. Now this is one of the in colors that is going away to bring in the new in colors that I just showed you. So get a hold of, if you don't want to run out of your cardstock, your blends, your everything that's an in color, get it now while it's still available. So I cut this. This will be die cut for you because it does not go with the suite or the stamp set. This is the perennial postage dies. And then you'll receive a piece of the DSP that will be cut for you. Another piece of this DSP that will be cut for you. This we're going to use. And then you'll get 2 tickets for on your card. And then I die cut mine already, but you'll receive a piece of 2 different pieces of DSP to die cut up the palm trees. All right, so let's start by folding our card. So what is everybody up today? I know Lori is working on her challenge card. It's kind of gray and a little gloomy here today in St. Paul, Minnesota. It was not yesterday. Yesterday it was beautiful. It was like 72 degrees and sunny. I know I walked over to my neighbor, my friend's Debbie's yesterday, and oh, it was so great. It was so nice out. Okay, so the stamp positioner tool we will be using today, because I am going to stamp this roller coaster with craft ink, and I want to be able to go over it a couple times to give it a good a darker white. And the stamp positioner tool will be available to purchase with the new catalog, so that will be really good. I think you guys will really love this positioner tool. Okay, so I already loaded my roller coaster on the platform, and I am going to put my entire card base right on the platform. And I'm going to take, these are the magnets. It's really nice, these magnets have the little tabs on them. And then I am going to position it to make sure that I have it where I want it, and I do. So I'm going to use the white ink pad. Make sure when you're using your white ink pad that you have really, make sure that it's, I hate the word saying juicy, but just make sure that if you haven't used the refill in a while that you do, because it is a stickier, it's a craft type ink. And you just want to make sure that it's good and inked up. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to place that on. Then this is at the bottom of the card base. Now if you don't have a stamp positioner, that's fine. You would just stamp it with your block, one of the larger blocks, and then just stamp it once. Or you could use Versamark and use white embossing powder. That would be another choice. I just liked this look of the white ink on the craft paper. Okay, and then I'm going to pick that up. And that really does look good, I think, the way it is, just the one time. But I am going to go over it one more time just to make sure that it's nice and bright. And you don't see a lot of it on the card, but you do see enough of it, and it's a bit brighter, it will really show more. So okay, so let's stamp that again, and now because we're using that positioner tool, it will be in the same exact spot as before. Okay, so there, yeah, it's a little bit brighter, a little whiter. So I'm going to set this aside, and we'll take this off, and then that way I will have more space. I'm going to put this up on my shelf here. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we have folded this, we have burnished it. I'm going to do it one more time, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my piece of DSP and I am going to use some seal, and we are going to put that right on our perennial postage, our summer splash die cut. And now I'm putting the kind of the pinker color at the top. It's kind of reminds me of like a sunset type of paper. So pretty. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to take this other piece of DSP that you'll receive, and I'm just going to tear this just in any pattern, but I want to make sure one of them is like a little mound that we can have our palm trees rest on. Okay, so I'm just tearing it. I'm just holding it like this, and I'm tearing the paper towards me, and then you're going to get that nice white, because this is DSP. The other way that you'll get the white core is with our two-tone cardstock that we are going to use in this class today as well. So there we have that. And if you'd like, you can, I'm going to tear this down just a little bit more. So I'm just going to go the same way, but I just want it to be a little bit, you know, a little more narrower. Okay, except for now I don't have my nice little mound, but that's all right. We got a little bit of one. I am going to add this to my card with dimensionals. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost put my elbow right in this crafting. So do you guys, have you ever done a card where you tear the paper? I really, I used to do it a lot, and now it's kind of come back again. You know how trends come and go, and tearing paper has come back, and I kind of forgot about it actually. And within the last year I really started doing it more, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I really liked that. I like that look. You can get so many different looks with it. And I'm just going to put this right at the bottom. And then I'm going to take the two palm trees that are cut out of the DSP, and I am going to adhere those with mini dimensionals. And I'm just going to take the mini dimensional and put them at the top of the palm tree. And then if you'd like, you could cut the dimensionals in half for the trunk of the palm tree, but I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on there. And I'm going to peel these off. And then I am going to place them in the center-ish. And I don't have my glue on the bottom yet, because I'm going to do that last once I know I have it where I want it. And I'm wondering if before I put the other one on, oh, I should be able to still do it. And I'm going to just kind of angle these so they're like touching at the bottom, sort of, not exactly, but just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my tearing isn't your favorite, Lori? Yeah, two-tone paper really makes a difference when you're doing the tearing. It's really you know, thicker than DSP but thinner than cardstock, and it just really works well. And I love the two-tone paper, not even just for tearing, but because, you know, one side is lighter than the other. I really like that. Alright, so we have our palm trees. Then I'm going to take the Sentiment Hey Sunshine, and I'm going to stamp this in Secret C. And I'm going to put Hey Sunshine at a slight angle at the top right corner. And we're just going to go like this. And we have a Hey Sunshine. I like that sentiment a lot. It's really a lot of fun. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it right here, but I am not going, and we're going to put this, adhere this to our card front with dimensionals, but I am not going to put that on quite yet because I want to fussy cut my tags out. Now, this one is the other half of this card, and I am going to use it for this. Or if you have on the DSP, if you have paper that, you know, the tickets are cut off on the side but still have this part, this is a great way to use those, to use up that part of the DSP. Then you don't have to cut a whole ticket and you would have the whole ticket for something else. So I did save that. I'm not quite sure what I did with this one, but so we're going to cut another one out. But these are very easy to die cut or to fussy cut because you're basically just going straight. There's just a little bit of swoop at these little things, and then there's a little scallop, and I don't really make sure I'm doing each scallop. I just go in that type of pattern when I'm doing my fussy cutting. Okay. And one of them, and I'm going to use this one, I'm going to cut this in half. I'll save this, hopefully I can find it. And this one is going to be glued right down to the card front. That's why I haven't placed this yet, because I want to see what, you know, what kind of room I have. And then this one, after you fussy cut it, I am going to take this and I'm going to curl this up a little bit. I didn't want to like rip it or scrunch it. That is a cool look, but I just wanted it to look like it was like bent up. And then we're going to place that underneath as well. So I know that that's where I want those, so I'm just going to leave those set there. I'm going to slide this one out and we're going to put some glue on the back of this, some green glue. Okay, you don't need a lot, a little goes a long way because it will spread when you push it down. And then I know exactly where I want this, and I'm going to place that right there. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this back down just to make sure, because I want this one to have dimensionals on it, but only at the top. And I'm going to use minis, and I'm just going to use 2. If you'd like, you could use the regular size dimensionals, but I liked the mini for this. And I'm going at a slight angle, well, more than slight, I'm angling this. Okay, then I'm going to flip our our mat stack over, and I'm going to put the bigger dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to use 5. I always like to put 1 in each corner, and then I like to put 1 in the middle. Okay, and I'm just peeling these backings off, and then I'm also angling this, and I'm just making sure that I'm covering up, but you still want to see the bottom of your roller coaster here. Okay, so we have that. And then I used for my embellishments, I used the new Garden Epoxy dots, and I used this color. I'm not sure if it's Crushed Curry or Daffodil Delight, but I really liked how that looked on this DSP. So I'm just going to put 1 there, because once you set it on the paper, that kind of gives, because of the paper behind it, gives it a little bit of an orange glow. It's so pretty. I'm going to put 1 here, and we're going to put 1 right here. And there you guys have it. There's card number 1. What do you think? I really like this card. I think it is so fun. This can be used for just about anything you could think of to send. Hi Mom, how are you? Okay, card number 2 is this fun ticket card. I love this ticket DSP so much. I just knew I had to use it on a card. I want to make sure I have all my little parts because I have them die cut those little, I don't know what you call them. You know, this right here, what would you call this? Like it's not really a star. I don't know, but we're putting these on there today. All right, so in your card kit, you will receive a piece of Secret C that will be cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of Basic White for the inside of your card, a piece of Strawberry Slush as your mat for your DSP, and you'll receive the ticket DSP. Now your ticket DSP might look a little bit different than this one because it's a 12 by 12 sheet, so it just depends on where it gets cut in when I'm cutting the class. Then you'll receive 3 pieces of cardstock, and these you will die cut because this comes in the bundle. This is the ticket die cut, and this is so cool. It has the little tear off little thing on there. I think that is so neat. It's so fun. Okay, and you'll receive a Petunia Pop, a Peach Pie, and a Summer Splash. Again, these are the in colors that are going out. So, got to use these up as much as we can, right? Then you'll also receive a little piece of Secret C and a little piece of Strawberry Slush to cut out these little guys here. We're going to put those on our card as well. Okay. So, first things first, we are going to fold and burnish. Mom's freezing. The Y was so cold today and the water was not warm. Oh, that's not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, thanks, Lori. Thank you. Yeah, it's hard to warm back up. You'll have to have some hot chocolate, Mom. That always seems to help. Okay, so I'm going to take my piece of DSP. This is the other side. This is so pretty too. And I'm going to put some seal. This is a great card, and this can be used. Use this as your sketch. And it can be made into so many different things. It's a nice, I don't want to say easy, but it's a simple, easy card to put together quick. If you just use cardstock and a piece of DSP mat and a focal point, and that's all you need. And then this I am going to put on dimensionals on the card. You could just put it straight on your card front with seal. Okay. We're going to peel these backings off. And then this is just going to go on our card front. Just make sure, for the most part, depending on how it cuts for your kit, you just want to make sure that this is going the right way. If you don't have one of this ticket, it doesn't matter. They're all going a different direction. So you have that, and you just want to make sure that you have even margins all the way around. Then I'm going to take my 3 tickets that I have already die cut out, and we're going to stamp in Secret C the word Happy Birthday and the word Celebrate. And we are going to put Celebrate on the Petunia Pop and the Peach Pie cardstock. Okay. And I'm just going to stamp those right in the center of the ticket. Okay, we have that one. And now the Peach Pie. And then we are going to stamp Happy Birthday on the Summer Splash. I love this font for these sentiments. I love when it's, I know I've say this all the time, I love when there's printing and then the handwritten, the script. Okay, so now we have our tickets. And all I did was I just took them and I put them at a slight angle, and I'm going to put these directly on the card front with seal. Just like that. And then before I place the last one down, I'm going to take the Happy Birthday, the middle one, and make sure that, because I want the happy birthday to cover that, so I don't want to go too low, and that will be good. So I have that, and then this one will be with dimensionals, and I'm just going to use 2 dimensionals, and we're going to peel these backings off, and we're going to put that right here like this, right in the middle, and I'm going to put this one straight-ish. Then I'm going to take the, for my embellishments, I'm using the In Color Flat Pearls, the Summer Splash ones. I'm really going to miss Summer Splash. It reminds me of like a brighter Coastal Cabana. Just love it. Okay, so we have a big, a little, and we're going to put the middle up here. And there is what I think is a super cute card. But, oh, I forgot to put my little guys on there. See? I get so excited because it's such a fun card, and then I forget all the other embellishments. So I'm just going to put these on. This is the Secret Sea one. And I'm going to just use some liquid glue. And you could use, I'm looking for the other pink one. I don't see it. You could use adhesive sheets for this. I did not. And I know I have another one of them pink little guys. It's probably in the envelope. So I will put that on when I find it. Or it's probably stuck to my shirt. And I'm going to take the Strawberry Slush one and put that one right down here. And then I'm taking these little Secret Sea ones and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to put some liquid glue. And I am going to put them one towards the top of the Strawberry Slush thing, but over, you know, I want them to overlap on there. And then the other one I'm going to put towards the bottom side and do the same thing. And overlap. And you know what? I kind of like it only with the one pink. Okay, there, now it's done, you guys. Oh, so here is card number 2. Yeah, I like the simple with this, but I still think it's just awesome. All right, card number 3 is a lot of fun. This has the super cute Ferris wheel on it. And then we're going to stamp some palm trees and those, whatever the heck these things are called. Okay, Lori, you know my feelings about pink, but Pretty in Pink is the best. Pinks, yes, I totally agree. Pretty in Pink and for me Strawberry Slush are like my all-time favorite pinks. Okay, so in your card kit you will receive, let me get all these guys out. I'm sure I'm probably missing a little Ferris wheel bucket. You'll receive a piece of thick basic white cardstock that will be cut and scored for you. You'll receive a piece of the DSP, another piece of DSP that will be cut for you. And then this is not from this set. This is a wood grain paper. And we're going to use that as our boardwalk. And then I've already cut this out. This is actually from the DSP, but I used the ticket die cut to cut this out, right out of the DSP. And then you'll receive a piece of Strawberry Slush to cut out this little arrow sign. A piece of basic white to die cut your Ferris wheel. And then you'll receive a piece of Granny Apple Green, a piece of Peach Pie, Strawberry Slush, and Summer Splash to die cut your the little Ferris wheel cars, or whatever those are called, seats. And I just want to share with you, and I can't believe I've never done this before, but so this is the die that cuts out the little chairs for the Ferris wheel. Okay, so what I did, it cuts out 6 at a time. You need 12, I believe, no, 3, 6, yeah, you need 12 for your Ferris wheel. So I took 2 pieces of cardstock and laid them together. So strawberry slush and peach pie or whatever. And then I just put the 2 and I put this on top and put it through, and it cut just fine with 1 pass. So that is a nice time-saving tip when you're going to cut that, you know, otherwise you'd be cutting it 4 times. This you just go through twice if you do it that way. It really, and they come out great. So there's certain dies that you can do that with, I'm sure, and ones that probably don't, because you might lose some detailing if you're using something with a detailed die, but this is not a detailed die. Okay, so we are going to fold and burnish our card base. And we're going to do that one more time. This is the thick basic white. I just like to make sure we got a good crisp fold. I like to make sure that that sits down. Okay, and the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to stamp on our DSP mat. And I am going to emboss with clear and with black, but I need to do them one at a time, and I wanted to share that with you. Normally I do this ahead, but I just wanted to show you how I did it. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm going to rub it over the entire sheet, because I want to take away any static, so the embossing powder only sticks where it's supposed to stick. Then I'm going to take this little trio of these little diamond star doohickeys, and then I am going to use Versamark ink, and I am going to put, I'm just going random, and I'm going to do 3 of them. So I'm going to go 1 here, kind of at the left hand side, but not in the center, just up a little bit. And then I'm going to go at the top, and you can go just slightly off the paper. And then I'm going to go 1 on the right. And we're going to go right like that. And now I am going to use clear embossing powder on this. Now you could just leave it like this and let it dry, because Versamark is a watermark stamp pad. Or you could stamp in probably like Flirty Flamingo or another color to get the color on color. But I just really liked that glossy look. So I'm going to take my clear embossing powder. And 2, one of my tips always when you're embossing is make sure your Versamark pad is good and inky, so that it's got a good, you get a good adhere. You want it good and sticky so that your embossing powder sticks to it. Okay, we're just going to tap that off slightly, and then let me grab my heat gun here. Okay, so I am going to put the lid on this, because otherwise I will spill it everywhere. I have been known to do that before. I lived in an apartment when I was younger, in my 20s, I suppose. And I was using blue embossing powder, and it was like a tan, very light carpet. Wow, that spilled everywhere. What a mess. So, okay, this at least is clear. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear me, but I'm just going to heat this up just like this. And when you can see it darken up, that means that the embossing powder has melted. And we're just getting that nice glossy look. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm doing the palm trees. And I want both of my images to be glossy. And that doesn't take any time at all. And then now I am going to do the black. But I want to get this powder back in here, because I don't want to mix my clear and my black up together. I do have the tray, but that is full of white embossing powder, and I'm way too lazy to clean that out. So I'm just using some scrap paper. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, make sure that all my powder's off. I don't like that. And then I have already mounted, now you could use your stamp positioner tool if you have one. I took the 3 palm trees and I just placed them on my paper how I wanted it to look, and then I just mounted them on one block. And then I'm going to take my Versamark ink and we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the black embossing powder. So when you're using multiple embossing powders, you want to make sure, and like I said, use the embossing buddy on your whole sheet and do one at a time. Don't stamp and then put your embossing powder and then stamp and put your other color. You want to do them at different times. Okay, so I want my palm trees to go right about here, making sure I don't go exactly over the other stamp embossed parts that I already did. Okay, I'm just setting that on there because it's 3 stamps on one block, making sure that it's good and marked. Okay, then I'm going to lift that off, and then I'm going to use the black embossing powder, and I'm going to go where the trees were on that. Okay, I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to fold it up, make a little funnel, and we're going to tap that off. Okay, and then I missed some at the bottom. So you just want to look and see it where you need more coverage. Sometimes you have to go over a couple times. You do not, because this is fine embossing powder, you don't need to tap it very hard. Just lightly. And then if you have anything else on there, I just kind of blow a little bit, not too hard. Just want to make sure that I have off the embossing powder where I don't want it. Okay, let's shut this up here. Do you guys like to heat emboss? I like it. It's a little bit more work, but I do like the end result. And then if you have a few pieces on there, it's okay, because at the bottom we're going to cover a lot of that up. And if you get a couple little black specks, that's okay. It just kind of adds to it. I'm going to take my reverse tweezers and we're going to hold on to that. And I'm going to now heat up our palm trees. Heat embossing to me is just like pure magic. I love seeing that just come out all nice and melty and shiny. Okay. You don't want to heat in one spot too long, because then you'll over melt and it won't be shiny. Nothing bad will happen, but you're not going to get that nice shine. It's just going to be kind of a matted look. Okay, and now we have our shiny palm trees. And yes, we have a little bit of black spots on there, but that's okay. There's little, in this DSP, there's little strawberry slush little dots, so it kind of goes with it. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add seal onto the back. Okay, and I'm going to put this on our card front. Right in this, well, not in the center because this is shorter. So I am going to go at the top and leave about a quarter of an inch at the top and the sides. Just like that. So I'm pressing it down. Okay, then I'm going to take my piece of DSP and we're going to use this side with the little bubbles. It is magical, Lori. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to tear this, but I'm going to tear it at an angle. I'm going to start at the top corner, the top left, and I am going to tear towards me. And I'm just going to go down at a slight angle. And then this is going to go right here. And then we're going to put that piece of Boardwalk at the bottom. And that will be your full-size mat then. And this I am going to add with seal. This is our water. In my little mind, this is the water. Okay. And then we're going to put that, and then we're going to take our piece of our wood paper. This is such cool DSP, I love it. And then we're going to put that at the bottom. You may have to overlap just a little to leave that 1/4 inch so that it looks like one size mat, like so. Okay, then I'm going to take my Ferris wheel, and this is die cut out of basic white, and I am going to add some mini dimensionals onto this. Except for before I do that, I think, you know what, I think it'd be a better idea to put the cars on. What are these called? Seats? Chariots? I don't know what it's called. But I'm just going to take my liquid glue, and I'm just going to dab right on my Ferris wheel. I'm just going to do the top half, and then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to take the putty end, and I'm going to just start grabbing my cars. And we're going to start at the top, and there's our strawberry slush, and then our summer splash. And this goes relatively quick. This is another great way to use adhesive sheets if you have them. Okay, then we're gonna do this. This isn't Granny Apple Green. I'm sorry, I lied. This is Lemon Lime Twist. Whoops. Okay, and then we're gonna go on the other side. And I'm just putting these on in like strawberry slush, summer splash, peach pie, lemon lime twist, and then I just kind of, you know, however you want. There's no pattern really. And then we're going to put one over here because I have glue there. And then I'm going to go with my, this is a bottle I bought off of Amazon. It's the green glue, but I just put it in this fine tip bottle. I like that little needle end on there. And it's easier to get the glue on the bigger piece than it is on the little pieces. And then I just find you could use your reverse tweezers to pick these little guys up, but I just find that it's easier for me with my Take Your Pick tool, because then I can just pick it up with the putty and use my other finger like that. Okay, and we're just gonna go around. If you'd like, you could just cut these out with basic white, and then you could color them with your blends, or you could color directly right on the Ferris wheel, but I like the look of the dimension that the cardstock gives this. Okay, I've got one more. See, and that doesn't take any time at all when you put the glue on ahead and just pick them up. That didn't really take very long at all. Okay, now let's put our dimensionals on. And I am going to take, and I'm going to put one in the middle, and then I am going to, now I did cut some of these, and I cut the minis in half right on my sheet. You can see how I have the cut. I just sliced right up so that they stay on the sheet. And then we're going to put one there. Then I'm going to take two at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut a couple more. And see, this is what I do. I just cut them right on the sheet. Just take my scissors and just cut right up. Okay. And then I'm going to put one at the top. Maybe we'll put one at the bottom too. Just because Why not, right? Just because we can. Okay, and then I'm going to peel these backings off. If you have a hard time getting the backings off, another great tip is to use your take your pick tool and pick them up with the pointy end and just pick it right off. That's another great way to get the dimensionals off if you have a hard time with your fingers peeling those backings off. Okay, so I am going to place the Ferris wheel right on the boardwalk, the wood plank here, and I'm put it right there like that. Okay, there's our Ferris wheel. Then I'm going to take the ticket that, now this is the one that you'll receive this piece from the DSP, the ticket that has this, but you will then die cut it with your die cuts. Or you could fussy cut it out if you'd like. I just liked how it had that ticket tear rip off thing. Then I took Strawberry Slush ink, and I am using the sentiment Enjoy the Ride. And I am going right up to, not the end, but where this Strawberry Slush box rectangle starts. Okay, and I'm going to cut the end of it off because I'm going to slip it under the Ferris wheel like this, but I don't, you know, it would be all covered. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I am just going to, if you want, you could take it and use your paper trimmer, but if you take your scissors and if you hold your finger underneath it, because this is short enough, and just hold your finger there so it doesn't move, you'll get somewhat of a straight edge. Somewhat. Like I said, I cannot do anything straight, but that does help if you keep your fingers there as a guideline. There, that's pretty darn straight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to slip this. Oh, it's not fitting. The other one did. Alright. We might have to take the edge of this off. Oh, you know what I did? I took and I cut it again. Let me grab the dies. Where did I put them? I think you need to die cut it, like cut it out and then die cut it again so it gets a little shorter, or how you're putting it on your paper. So what I did was I moved it down so that more of it would fit. That's what I did. Okay, so I'm just gonna quick, instead of lifting my whole embosser, it's sitting right here, and I'm just putting that ticket with the die cut, and I'm just gonna make it shorter. Real quick. Sorry about that. I totally forgot that I did that. See, this is what happens. I made these cards like a month ago. And I totally forgot. That's what I did. Okay. So there you can see I took and I die cut that with and I made it shorter so that then it will fit right under there. You can still see the Enjoy the Ride. Okay, and I'm going to use dimensionals, but first I'm going to take this pink guy and he's going to go like this, and I'm going to use liquid glue, and I'm only going to put the glue at the bottom because I want it to kind of fold up a little bit, just like this. You know, I just kind of want it to be up. And then this is going to get dimensionals, and I'm just going to use 2. I'll put 1 here and 1 here. Okay, and I'm just going to slip this under, and I'm going to go at an angle. And there we have this one. And you could trim a little bit off if it's hanging over the edge of your card. And then for this card, I used the basic rhinestones on this. Kind of be like stars in the sky. I don't use these often, but they're great embellishment. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to take one of the little guys and put it right here, and then I'll take one that's kind of the middle size and go right here. And there's card number 3. I just love, oh, hold on, I put one of the puffy stickers on there. Here's the puffy stickers. These came with the suite. They're called Beach Boardwalk Puffy Stickers, and you get 2 sheets of them. They're really cool. They're puffy. Hi, Peggy. That's okay. We're just glad you're here. And I'm going to take this one that looks like a little yellow sunshine, and we're going to put that right in the middle. Now our card is done. So there you have it. There's card number 3. Can you see them? Okay, now card number 4. Let me grab that here quick. This is card number 4. And your kit, you will receive a piece of Summer Splash card stock that will be cut and scored for you for your card base. You'll receive a piece of basic white for the inside of your card. You will receive a piece of Pool Party for your mat for the front. You'll receive a piece of Secret Sea for a mat, a piece of DSP, and then you'll receive 2 strips. This is 2-toned cardstock, and this is Pool Party, so you can see that one side is dark and one side is light. And we're going to use that at the bottom of our card. And then you will receive a piece of basic white to die cut your palm trees, and we are going to color those with blends. And then you'll receive a piece of Summer Splash to die cut your roller coaster cars. Okay, so let's fold and burnish our card base. I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm going to fold that. So how are you today, Peggy? What have you been up to? Okay, I'm going to flip it over and give it another good. And now I am going to stamp first. But I want to use my boardwalk, or my roller coaster stamp that we used with the first card, but I need to clean that off because we had white ink, and I'm going to stamp this in Secret Sea. Oh geez, Peggy, Mom is freezing too. Let's see, palm trees. Oh yes, let's go somewhere warm. Yes, for sure. And I'm just going to clean this off with my mini chamois here, which is easier to hold on to than the whole big one. Okay, as long as I'm here, I might as well clean up the white that I left for the first card. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to use this because it's already mounted and ready to go. But well, I can just put it right down here. Okay. So I'm just going to put my DSP right on my platform, and I am going to put the magnets right here and right here. Okay. And Peggy, you weren't here, but the stamp positioner tool will be available to purchase in May. It's in the new catalog. I was talking about that earlier. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to ink this up with Secret Sea. And we're just going to ink, 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 ink. And this should only need one stamp, but if you do not get the whole thing to stamp, you can re-stamp because you'll have it on your position, in position. Okay, and we're just going to push it down. And I did it wrong. I was supposed to go at the top. Okay, let's start over. Well, yeah, let's start over because I want you guys to see this. I have another one cut. So let's just grab that quick. 1 second. Okay, so this one, you want to make sure that you have it at the top. So I'm going to make sure my paper actually goes down. Just a little bit more. Just like that. Normally I would take this off and reposition it, but for time's sake, I am just going to go here and here. I'm going to re-ink this up. Okay. Ooh, that's loud. Clank, clank, clank with my glass mat and my metal scissors and all that. Okay, now let's see if we can get this where it should be, because I want it at the top because I want space at the bottom to put the word celebrate. Okay, I'm just gonna go like that, and there we have it. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way. And if we needed to, we could have stamped again. If we, you know, like here, we could have re-stamped again to get it a little darker. And then I'm going to take the word celebrate in Secret C, and I'm going to put that right about here. Then we're going to take the stamp and we're going to clean this off that says enjoy the ride. I'm going to clean that up because we used that strawberry slush on the last card. And then I'm going to mask off the word the ride. I just want the word enjoy. So I'm going to take my Post-it tape and I'm just going to put that on the bottom, and then I am going to stamp onto my stamp pad the word enjoy. Take that off. And then I'm going to put the first word right here where the first curve is for the roller coaster. Right like this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, if you wanted to, you could put enjoy and then you could go the ride here. But I just like the word enjoy on it. But the ride would be cool too. I'm going to do the same thing. I masked off the word the ride. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to put this over here so I don't get Secret C ink everywhere. And then I'm going to stamp this one right here. So then you have them right on the roller coaster. All right. Lori I didn't think I needed this bundle, but now, oh, you know, Lori, this really is a really fun bundle. And I am not an amusement park person. Like, I love going to amusement parks, but I don't do the rides at all. But this is just so much fun with the palm trees. And okay, so now when you stamp the roller coaster, you get the little cars, but I want it a different color, so I cut them in the summer splash to match the card base, to kind of bring that color into the card. And I'm just going to put some liquid glue right on here. And I am just going to put these cars right over the top of the other cars. Just like so. Line them up as best you can, and there you have those. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these palm trees and we are going to color them with blends. I'm going to grab a different piece of scrap paper because I still have my embossing powder on the other one, and I don't want to take the time right now to clean that up. Okay, so this is an option I want to share because, and I know I've said it before, but if you don't have the color paper you want and you have the blends, then you can do it this way. If you have the paper but not the blends, then you would die cut the trees twice. Once in pecan pie and once in granny apple green, and then you would just cut the palm tree, the palm off and adhere it to the pecan pie. All right, let's get this out of the way here. It's kind of okay. So I'm going to start with the granny apple green, and I'm actually going to start with the light. I normally don't do that, but for this I am. And I'm just going to color the entire palm tree top, the leafy part, the palms, with granny apple green. And I'm going to do the little the same way. You guys can see it's hard to see with this scrap paper. I'm just going to color, color, color. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use the dark on here yet. This way too, you get the color that, you know, the shading that you want for this. Peggy, oh, you mean like I did with my mushrooms on the other card because I didn't follow instructions? Yeah, exactly, Peggy. But your card still came out great. So, all right. So I'm just going to go around the edges. It's not like traditional blending alcohol marker blends. But I'm just going to go around like this to just give it a little definition. And I'm just doing this, like you said, there's no like great way of doing it. I'm just going to go around the edge, real messy like, because you don't want it to be perfect. Because otherwise it's going to look, I don't know, it looks better when it's a little ragged, I think. And I'm just going around it. And then if you wanted to, you can go back with your light and you could blend it a little bit. But that's totally up to you. Then I'm going to take the pecan pie blend. I'm going to just use the light. And I'm just going to go like this. We're using them as markers today. And then I'm going to use the dark just to add just a little bit, like I said, a little bit of defining. I'm just going to go on the very edge, if you can see that or not. And just kind of at the bottom-ish, not all the way to the top. And that's it. Okay, so now what I did was I cut these because I wanted it to look like it was like around the roller coaster. So I cut it up. So I cut the bottom off. So you just want to take this, let me move this, it's easier to see. And I took my palm tree and I'm going to put it right here, and I know I want it right there, so I'm just going to bend it and I'm going to snip it. And I'm going to take my liquid glue so I don't lose this little piece, since I already have it in my little paws. And then I'm going to put it at a slight angle next to the word celebrate. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with the other tree. This little short guy, I'm going to go like this and he needs to be cut right about here. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put some liquid glue on. And like I said before, this is green glue, it's just in a different bottle. And I'm going to put it like it's sort of like it's crisscross, but not. And then I'm going to go up here, and now you can see this is still too tall, right? So I'm going to put this where I want it. And I am not doing anything fancy. I'm just holding it down with my thumb and bending it up and cutting it. That's it. And I'm going to put a dimensional on this one, a mini at the top, like we did the other ones. And then I'm going to add liquid glue to the trunk. So now we can go like this. And I'm kind of going at an angle. And we're going to do the same thing here. We are going to see, but this one, you don't, I'm not going to really cut this one off, but I am going to cut some of the palms off because we don't want it hanging outside the card. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back. I put glue on the trunk. And then I want this one to angle this direction, just like so. And then I'm going to trim this side off. I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to take my snips, maybe, and I'm just flipping it over, and I'm just going to trim this off, just following the edge of my DSP mat, and I'm just snipping those off. Okay, so now we can add this to our Secret C cardstock mat. And I'm going to use seal. And we're going to put this right on our Secret C mat. Just like that. And then I'm going to take my piece of Pool Party cardstock, and we're going to put that on our card base. And we're going to put that right in the center, leaving even margins all the way around. Okay, then I'm going to place this here, and then I'm going to take my two-tone cardstock, and I'm going to start, oh, you know what? This is 3 sheets, and I only put 2, so in your kit, you will have another sheet of the Pool Party two-tone, unless I might be able to do it, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to tear the paper towards me, and I'm not going straight. I want a little, you know, some jagged looking stuff, because it's kind of mimics then like waves in the ocean. Just like this. Okay, just tear, tear, tear. And you know what, I think I think I can do it. I'm just going to cut some of this off of here real quick. In your kit, you will have the proper amount of paper. I'm just going to cut this like that. We'll use this at the bottom with our other tear piece that we tore off. See, everything can be fixed, just like Peggy fixed her cards. Okay, so this one I am going to glue onto this before I adhere it with dimensionals. So I'm just going to take some of my, well, you could use seal. And I'm just going to take the liquid glue. And now it is that little bit, it is a little longer, because I want it to match my card mat. Okay, now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back. And I always, when I add something extra, even though I glued it, I still like to put my dimensionals over the top of that, the two pieces. Then I know for sure it's not going anywhere. Not that it would, but just in case. You just never know, right? Okay. I'm going to peel these off. And we're going to put this at the top. Just like so. But we're going to leave a little bit of edge at the top. Okay, now we're going to take our light piece, which is just the other side of the dark sheet, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to do a little bit of tearing. Just like this. Like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. And this we're going to use seal, or you could use liquid glue. I just always grab what's closest. And I'm just going to, whoops, place this underneath like this. And now I know that I don't have much of the dark to put over, so I'm going to leave about that much. Just like that. And then I'm going to take this, put that there, but I'm also going to put this there. And maybe I'll just put this. Oh, I kind of like how that looks. Okay, so I'm just going to take, like I said, mistakes can be easily remedied. And then sometimes, you know what, it just turns out better than you thought. This is the piece that I tore off of the other one. And then I'm just putting that right at the bottom. Just like that. So there we have our little ocean. Then I'm going to take some of those puffy stickers that come with the suite, and we are going to put 3 of these little dots at the bottom here. And I do not need my take your pick tool because these just peel right off. And I'm going to do one, I think that's Bubble Bath, and we have probably Lemon Lolly, and we have Petunia Pop. And there is card number 3. I like that. I think it's really cute. Okay, so let's bring all these cards that we made. We made this one today, and we made this one, and we made this one. So what do you guys think? Did you like the Boardwalk bundle? I thought it was super fun. I love, love, love this Ferris wheel. That is just too cute. And then, like I said, the tickets, I mean, come on. I just loved that so much. So, as I said at the beginning, if you place an order in my online store, you have till this Sunday to place your order, $50 or more, before tax and shipping and after rewards. Oh, thanks, Peggy. And then you will receive these card kits for free as a thank you gift from me. So thank you very much for joining me today. Next week, same time, same place. It may be next week on both platforms, YouTube and Facebook. So I hope you guys can join me. And yeah, thank you so much for joining today. That's okay, you were late, Peggy. We're just glad you're here. And thank you, as always, for watching and chatting with me. I enjoy it so much. It's the highlight of my week. If you haven't already, if you can like and share this video, that really helps me out. And if you'd like, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you won't miss whenever I go live. This is a heart card. Anyone would getting these cards, great video. Oh, thanks, Lori. This is a great card. Okay, all right, that makes a little bit more sense. Oh, thanks, Mom. Love you. Okay, you guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.